Okay, we're now going to shift to closing statements, and Ms. Fiorina, you go first. You get 2 minutes.
Thank you so much for the privilege, truly, to be here and to have a great debate with you, Senator BOXER. I have traveled up and down this wonderful state, and I have been struck by her beauty and by the spirit of Californians. But I must say, I am also struck by the anger, the frustration, and yes, even the fear. I remember meeting the immigrant who had built his small business from the ground up, only to see it ruined with too much taxation and too much regulation. And I remember him looking at me and saying, this is not the country I came to. My own government is destroying my livelihood. I remember speaking to the city councilman who talked about his struggles to keep his community together while they struggled with almost 40% unemployment. And I remember as well the woman who looked me in the eye and grasped my hand and said, I have never voted before, but I am voting for you because I am afraid for my children's future. Promise me this, when you get to Washington, you will not forget us. We can turn our nation around. We can get it back on the right track. We can get our state on the right track. We can grow our economy. We can control government spending. But to do all these things, we must start by changing the people we send to Washington. I ask for your support. I ask for your vote. And I pledge to you this. I will go to the U.S. Senate, and I will fight for the millions of Californians who love their country, who go about their business, who pay their dues, who serve their communities. You don't ask for frills or favors. You give a lot, you expect little. You are asking for one simple thing now, that we take our government back, make it listen, and make it work.
Senator, you now get 2 minutes for a closing statement.
Thank you so much, everyone, for this opportunity. I think you've seen here, this is a very clear choice, and I'm going to run through some of those choices. This election is between someone who's fighting for jobs day in and day out, jobs right here in America, versus someone who, when she had the chance, laid off 30,000 workers and shipped jobs to China. This election is about someone who's working hard so that we can see the words "Made in America" again, versus someone who was proud of her time at HP when she stamped "Made in China," "Made in India" on her products. This is a choice, a clear choice, between someone who's fighting for taxes for the middle class and small business versus someone who is fighting for the wealthy, wealthy few, the billionaires, the CEOs. This is a big difference in clean energy. One of us is fighting hard to make California the hub of the new clean energy economy and the millions of jobs that go with it. The other is being supported by big oil and big coal. This is a choice between two people who differ on a woman's right to choose. I've worked my whole life to protect a woman's privacy and her health. My opponent would turn that woman into a criminal. This is a very clear choice between someone who has fought all her life to protect our coast and the 400,000 jobs that rely on a beautiful coast. The fishermen, the tourist industry, the recreation industry, and my opponent does not support the BOXER-Feinstein legislation to permanently protect that coast. And finally, this is a choice between a candidate who fought really hard for Wall Street reform to end that mess over there, and someone who opposes that reform, and I think, frankly, acted just like a Wall Street CEO. What do I mean by that? Destroying jobs for Americans and taking it for yourself.
Senator,
I hope
I'm sorry,
we don't
time
go
is
back
up.
to that.
So thank you both. Thank you, Senator BOXER, and thank you, Carly Fiorina. And we all apologize for not getting to more questions. We certainly would have liked to, but hopefully what we've talked about tonight will help people here and help viewers and listeners at home make informed decisions on what they should do on Election Day, November 2nd. So thanks to our panel of journalists, and I would like to thank everyone here at St. Mary's College for hosting this debate. So on behalf of KTVU Television, the San Francisco Chronicle, and KQED News, Thanks for joining us, and good night.